Hello everyone, my name is Kushbu and I welcome to you all again in this statistics video lecture series. So we already have explained about what is population data, what is sample data, what does it mean by sampling and what are the different sampling techniques. If you haven't watched these videos, please go and check out that. So in this video, I am going to discuss a very important topic inside statistics for data science, I would say, because this is not just for statistics. In case of the use cases, in case of solving problem statement inside machine learning, this topic plays a very important role. Why? Because when we used to have null values in our data set, or you can say missing values in our data set, so we used to impute or we used to replace those missing values with the help of these all measures of central tendency, that is nothing but mean, median and mode. That is why it is very useful to understand that where we used to replace the values with mean, in which use case or in which scenario we used to replace the null values with the median, and in which scenario I used to replace the null values with this mode value. So let us understand first that what does it mean by mean, median and mode. Alright, then after we will move towards that in which case we used to replace the missing values with these all. Alright, so what does it mean by mean? Mean means nothing but average. Alright, in general word, you can understand that mean is nothing but average. Suppose I have some data set such as 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Alright, now if I ask that what will be the mean of this data set, let's take it. N is equal to 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. So we have number of count is how much? So this is the first, second, third, fourth and fifth. So we have 5 numbers in my data set. So in order to take out the mean of this data set, what I'll do, I'll first add up all this number, that is 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8. And after that, I'll be dividing it by the number of term. Number of term in the sense how many numbers of term are present. Here I have 5 term, right? As I have written here. This is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term and fifth term. So we have 5 number of term. So after that I'll just sum it up and I'll divide it by the number of term. That will be nothing but mean. Alright, so mean is nothing but average. And how it is calculated? It is calculated by sum of all the number divided by number of term. I'll be writing here sum of all the numbers divided by count. Alright, or I can say it as number of terms. So I hope you understood what does it mean by mean. Now moving towards what is median. Alright, let's take some data. Suppose n is equal to 2, 3, 6, 8, 12 and 10. Let me take one another value as 9. So suppose let's say these are the data that I have. So in order to find out the mean, the first and foremost thing that you need to keep in your mind that you need to arrange the data in ascending order, means increasing order, right? So I will arrange this data in an ascending order. So it will be 2, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10 and 12. The first step is in order to take out the median is I have to arrange the data in ascending manner or increasing order. All right. After that, now after sorting the data in an increasing order, I have to count the number of terms present in my data set. So how many terms present in my data set? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. There are total 7 numbers of term in my data set. So what I'll do, I'll be taking the middle value. Suppose let's say this is my 3 value this side and this is my 3 value this side. Now the mid value that I'm getting is 8. And here in this case, this 8 will be considered as the median. All right, this 8 is nothing but the median of this particular data. Now after that, you would be thinking that here the number of count was 7. That is why we took 3 this side and 3 this side, and we were left out with 1. Suppose if in case in my data I have 8 number of term. Let me consider this example only. Let's say 2, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, and let's say I have one another data in this data set, that is 40. Now I have total 8 term. If I have to take out the median, so what I'll do? Let's say I took this side 4 and I took this side 4. Now here in this case, here no such mid value is present. So what I'll be doing in this case, I'll be considering this middle 2 element, that is 8 and 9. And after that, I'll be summing it up and dividing it by 2. So what will I get? 17 by 2. Here in this case, 8.5 will be the median for this data. Alright. So I hope you understood how median is calculated. Now moving towards the mode. Mode means what? Most frequent occurring element. Suppose if I have a data set like 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 2, 4, 2. Alright, let's say this is my data. Let me do it like this because I'm not just rubbing, because I have to make you understand one thing at last. So suppose this is my data set. So in order to take out the mode of any kind of data, first and foremost thing we need to do is we need to first write the number of terms, like different number of terms that is present. So here in this data I have 1, 2, 4 and 3. Alright, I have 4 type of or 4 kind of number. So I'll be like counting that how many times this 1 is present in this data or appearing in this data. So this 1 is present only one time. After that, this 2 is present 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. This 2 is present 6 times. This 3 is also present one time, as we can see here, and this 4 is present 1, 2, 3 times. Alright, so clearly you can see here that this 2 is getting repeated max number of times. So for this data set, this 2 will be the mode. Alright, so mode means what? Most frequent occurring element in the data set. Now, I hope you would be clear with this mean, median and mode with a statistics perspective. Now, moving towards replacing the missing values while solving the problem statement. As I told, we used to replace the null values or missing values with this mean, median and mode. Let's say I have a data such as n is equal to 1, 3, 7, 10, 5, 4. So I have a data in my data set like this, and I have to go for calculating mean. Why? Because I need to replace some kind of missing value that is present in my data set. So in order to take out the mean, simply what I can do, I can just add up these all number and divide it by the number of term, and we can replace all those missing value with that particular mean value. But suppose if in case in my data set I have some numbers such as let's say here it is 110. So do you think that this will impact the data? Of course this will. Why? Because I have the data which is a kind of outlier for my whole data set. So here, whenever we have any kind of outlier in the data set, we should always go for calculating median instead of going for mean value. Alright, why? Because in median, what we used to do, we used to first sort the data in the ascending manner. Alright, like this 5, 7 and 100. So by doing this, what happens that the outliers that used to be present in the data set, that will go simply in the last, and we can either remove this value or we can either just go for simply taking out the median value. Alright, so by this way, this outlier does not impact the data set. So it's always very helpful when we have any kind of outlier present in our data set. We should always go for choosing this median value instead of this mean. Also, one more thing I need to make you understand, that if in case there is not much difference with the mean and median value, so we should like in that case we can always go for using the mean value instead of median value. So median is actually used for what? When we have outliers in our data set. So I hope you would have understood about what is measure of central tendency, that is mean, median and mode. If you would have learned something from this video, then please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Till then, keep learning. Stay tuned for getting latest videos. Thank you so much.